Welcome everybody. It is a beautiful Saturday morning here in western getting hammered by snow New York. We got actually big storm warnings out and everything. Fancy snow just all over the place. Last I looked, roads were covered. Before I come down into the basement, something I actually had one of my viewers was interested. Oh my gosh, I got this stuff all over me now. What am I doing here? I thought I cleaned this up. Oh, using some glue and I didn't clean it all up. I guess I wouldn't even call it glue, sealant. Anyways, Chinna, C-H-I-N-N-A, and I believe it was Rouse, R-O-U-S-E, but it was definitely C-H-I-N-N-A. Guessing Chinna? Anyways, he was wondering how I test ATX power supply, and they come in all shapes and sizes, but pretty much they're just a basic box. This one being a 300, it's a Bestech ATX 300. Basically, it's roughly around 300 watts is what they're saying. And then you got 12 volt, 5 volt, 3.3 volt, and each one's from what I've just read, 19 amp, 30 amp, 28 amp, negative 12 volts at 0.8 amps. These are all max, and plus 5 volt SB, which is standby. The standby is what you need and use in this type of power supply. Once it's plugged in now, I'll show you. Here's my cord. I already have juice to it. Look, I put my tongue on it. It'll hurt. No, I won't do that. See the green light here comes on? So I got juice to it, but I got no action. I got no fan. But is basically I'm in standby. So now I take, what is this, a 24? I believe it's a 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. 24 pin, and there's also some 20 pin headers here that you have. And these will connect into your motherboard, and that's what runs your power to your motherboard out, all your different voltages and that. But is what you want to do is with a small value resistor, this is like 68 ohms. If you don't have a tester like one of these, or I even got another one here like this, I got a whole pile of these, like probably over a dozen, and I had to go through and mark out each one that it had. If you see here, I did it 720, and I checked everything out and it works. So let's see. I'm guessing you'll hear it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking and shorting that 5 volt standby that I was just telling you about, that we know we have because we're green here. And again, I'll unplug it so you see it go out. Slowly goes out. That's just draining off the capacitors. Slowly draining them off. Let me plug this in. It'll drain it quicker, I think. One LED. Maybe it won't drain it a lot quicker. There it goes. Oh. It's getting there. Anyways, you know what might do it? Get my finger on it. I don't think it'll do it through the bridge rectifier, but that might do it there. There it goes. It's off. Okay, so you see it right here. Bing! But no fan spin. We need fan spin. That's part of the fun, right? So you just take your header. You're going to want to find your green wire. This is your 5 volt standby. The 0.8 amp one I was telling you about. 5 volt SB. And just basically you need to just touch it to ground. You could even wire this on a switch and even have a little tap switch if you just tap it to ground. I don't think you even have to hold it. I'm not sure though. I don't remember. The last time I did a video on these was a while ago. So I got this just through a resistor. You can actually do it with your tweezers if you want, but if you want to be safe, do it with the resistor in line, and see that fires it up. Hear the fan, feel it blowing. Oh, you've probably seen it stop there, I'm guessing. Yeah, you do have to that don't want to stay on. I'll stuff the tweezers in there. That'll keep it going. Then you should be able to hear it. Yeah, it works. It works. But something even cooler than that is these little testers. And that's what Chin's question was. How do I test these? You know, it's such a pain going through each one. Which one is the red? Well, which is the red? Is that the 12? Or is that the 5? Or is that the 4? The 3? The -3? Who knows what's going on? There's so much going on here. It's kind of confusing. These things, I think they were like just over $5 to $7. This one easily was. This one's got a digital display. It's a little nicer, but this tests everything. This one's really fancy. Let me tell you how fancy this thing is. Let's get plugged in. So we're still dead. No fan on. Is what's nice about this unit here is it makes that connection for you. Once you plug it in. Now, the only issue is this unit will not work if you don't have 5 volts connected or your 5 volt standby. I think it's the 5 volts something. That's what this uses of one of these lines. It steals it and uses it to power this. To me, it would make sense if it's a standby. That way it's there and it at least fires up. If you don't have standby, it won't power on to let you know that you don't have standby. And standby is obviously the most important one out of all these. Once you have your initial standby, which on this one is nice, it's got the green light to tell you that, hey, you got standby there. Move on. There's other issues. Now let's see what we're missing. Are we missing anything? No. And it's even showing our voltage outputs here. -12. Boy, that can't be right. 1.9 it's showing for -12. So something ain't right, but it could be. I got one more connection here is what's cool. So you got the flat, a whole bunch of pins there. I don't remember what these are called. I'm not really too worried about knowing them. I'll just forget them anyway. Oh, there it is. That popped up 12 volts. Oh, that one's still at 1.9. So I don't know. I wrote here that yellow had -12 back when I tested it. And I got all these plugged in. So who knows what's going on with that. That's actually funny that it's not working. But I will unplug these to show you guys. So you got your quad here. Here's your 4. This is where your 4-pin goes in the end. On this one it looks just like this. What the heck's beeping here? Oh, it's showing me I don't have my 12. It's saying LL, which is I'm a lovely lady. No, I'm a lovely loser. Sorry. It doesn't like it. That's why it's beeping at me. But I'm just doing that to show you guys. So it says right on this one, here's where your 4-pin goes here. Your 6-pin goes here. And then if it's an 8-pin, it goes in these two at the end. Alright, settle down. Then like I say, you got your, I believe these are your main power. Even your hatching boards and all that come off of these. You can plug in a different one. See how many times it's split here. There's a bunch of them on just this line. You can plug one of these in. Heck, I'll plug it into this. I think it will fire it up if I do it the right way. And it's got a little camber at the top of it. Up, plug in my 4. We'll get it all together so it stops yapping at me. Sick of it yapping at me. We'll plug this one in, make a real mess of it. And we'll see if that will give us our... I don't think it's gonna give us our 12. But anyways, you just see it's a little power tester supply. This one is this digital one. And the one with the LEDs like this, it's just a little bit simpler, but it's doing the same thing. It's just going to light up when you have these. And I know that it worked. I just had it work. Get in there. Get in there. Get in your home. Get home. Go home. So, them are all hooked. This is sloppy. Did I miss it? I had trouble hooking it up the first time I did this too. No, that's it. So I got all three of these. Now again, I'll lose them if I pull this. Maybe the capacitor's got a drain. It wouldn't work earlier when I didn't have, maybe it was this one. I can't remember. Now I'm trying to keep each of them straight. I mean, there's a lot going on. So I'll switch it over to the other one so you guys can see again. And as you notice, if I unplug this, this will stop spinning. All's quiet on the front. Put that one down. We'll get this one plugged in. I'll plug it into the end one so it's a little easier. Like I say, very cheap little unit. Just so much easier than stuffing pins down in there and trying to read your multimeter and then working on it, wondering why it's maybe banging on it, you know, and then they come on, then you know you got a bad connection somewhere. Now this was missing one of the voltages, and I did look on the side of it and it never showed up. And it's actually, it might have been a -12. And I'm betting, yeah, look, oh, it's a -5 I'm betting. Because, see, -5 on, oh, I'm sorry, I'm brutal here. Gotta get in the shot. Get in the game. Gee. Out in left field here. See, that -5 don't want to light. And it won't, and I'm guessing that right there, this empty hole here, that's where the -5 wire come in. For a fancier one, probably. I didn't do anything to steal it out of there or anything. That's how it is. And I'm guessing that's how some of them just are. We'll pop this down here. I always do it upside down every time. And I think that, yeah, that little flat one there is the same as these, actually. So they're off of the same connection, which is nice. I'd rather hook it up like this. And that back one is the SATA connection, which is, I think is what it is these are older connections here, your flat fours, I call it. And then your big wide, what is it, 12 or something, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe 14. That one, the SATA, is, I know that's on the newer motherboards that use that. And again, it's got all these connections. Then they're all just wires that are piled on here. Oh, it didn't like that, whatever I did. Why would it not like that? What the heck was the issue with that going in? Yeah, it's the right way. It's not upside down. Oh, what kind of shenanigans is... But anyways, you see basically how it goes. We'll give it a restart here. Get its head out of its bunion. Well, that is freaking... You see why it's always an issue. Every time. That's why videos are a disaster. Alright, it's on, it's working. We'll plug these in. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well. But the whole point of it is to show Chin how this unit is set up and works. And by far, if you got even one that you're working on that's a pain for you, that should stop once I plug this in. And it doesn't. Oh, I got the quad here. I got to put in 4. And there. And it stopped. And it's getting juice off of it from something that's reading the that 1.9 for the -12. It's stealing it from somewhere. but obviously this one doesn't have the -12. As you can see with this one, wouldn't show it, right? The 360 PG is power good, is what it's saying, right? 3.360 ms, which I guess is milliseconds, which is every time I'm guessing that it's taking the big hit, you know, to get to show. It's like testing, am I still tied to ground? And yes, it is, so it goes again. It keeps pulsing the ground, I'm guessing, to power good symbol. So that's about it. And yeah, very simple. And again, it works even with the bigger units. You know, you get the 500, even I think there's like 800 watt, you know, like double the thickness of this. Some are fancier power supplies, ATX power supplies. And you can test them all the same way. So I hope that definitely helps him out, and I hope maybe it helps you out. And stay out of the snow. Be good to each other. Thanks everyone. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.